afternoon. I'm the famous Goldie Wolf. Um, I like that better than saying that I'm the old Goldie Wolf, but I've been doing this for, believe it or not, 50 years. And been a labor of love for our industry. And so I have a script, but I always go off script, so where's Megan? She's going to yell at me. This is our second uh, annual summit, and I didn't really think it was a good idea last year, but I think it's a good idea this year because um, what I don't have is vision, and the good news is everybody else does. What's really spectacular about today, we're here to thank you. We're here to thank all of the people that have been working so hard for the year. You know, we have a gala that I didn't want either, for that matter, because I thought that who wants to sit at a dinner with probably a chicken dinner and then sit with someone you don't like on the right side and the left side. But our gala is spectacular. We have over 1,000 people, and we now have it, I guess you can call it on steroids. It's a networking event on steroids, and it appears that all the real estate companies are now following our suit. So anyways, this is the purpose of the event today, is just to thank you all. We're the scholars. This is why we work so hard. Raise your hand, and they're wearing little, I guess, flowers. This year we have 38 scholars, 28 of them are graduating, and if you look at your wonderful annual report, they're from all over the country. And we're really proud of that. Almost 20 years ago, it was from one university, now we're on 20 universities. We have graduated 200 spectacular women. We are not need-based. We have the best and the best. The best, the brightest, the hardest working, the most determined, and as my vision was, they're going to be CEOs. I want all the men to stand. I do this all the time, so I apologize ahead of time. Stand up. We give you a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support because this is something that's very critical to us. So we're going to thank all the mentors, the volunteers, the staff, the board members, because you all are making the difference. And something this time, and I'm really proud of this, is that a drum roll? Okay. This is the Academy Awards of the Goldie Initiative. We're going to thank 4 very special people, companies, for their outstanding leadership this last year. And I think that's a very, I take all the credit, but I like all the credit. But let me make it very clear. It's all the work that you all do, and that's what I'm most proud of. 3 special honors today is the Anisette Family Foundation. Am I in sync? Okay, the Anisette, I only do what I'm told, so Anisette Family Foundation, the Debbie Frank Legacy Award, because what they do is they sponsor actual named scholarships. So we don't just have a gala, but we have named scholarships. They have particular scholars for a 2-year period of time. And I have to shout out that Crew is working with the Debbie Frank. But Paula Harris of the Golub Company has really been the supporter, and where's Ms. Case? Karen Case has really worked very hard to get these other types of support out there. We also want to thank Chicago, I always call it Chicago Title and Trust, but it's Chicago Title Insurance Company, for their fabulous support of $50,000 a year this year. Can we give them a round of applause? Because as corny and awful as this sounds, nothing gets done without money. And so the support is great, but the reason we're growing, and we've the largest, as I said, program of its kind in the country, is because we get the financial support. So yes, thank you for the mentors and all the others, but the money is great, honey. It is what it is. So what are we doing in terms of investment in the future? So, you know, we think we give a $15,000 scholarship, but let me tell you, I had to find out from Miss Megan, it's not the dollars alone. These scholars talk about all the other wonderful get whatever they get in terms of mentorship, but we put $22,000 into these young scholars in terms of not only just the scholarships, but we have leadership training and all the other elements that are involved in this. We want to also shout out for the, if you look at your book, some of the wonderful people that have given graduation fundraising dollars. So that's really critical. We've raised over $2 million over the last 17 years for 200 scholars all over the country. So how effective, and that's what you all want to know, our scholars are with major firms, our graduates, they're entrepreneurs, they're developers, they're mentors, and even board members, and you're going to hear from someone today. I was in an event I guess it was 2 weeks ago, and we talked to scholars, and we asked them what's important to them. You know, obviously, what has the Goldie Initiative done for them? And I got a great line that I'm going to use now for the rest of my life. The Goldie Initiative has given me the gift of sisterhood on the lonely journey to leadership. I thought that was a really hard tug, so I even said that to some of the people here. I have to say from my heart, I get more from the Goldie Initiative and meeting all the people and all the cohorts I've known over the last 50 years. Some of you are here. I won't tell you that they've been here for 50 years, but they have. I know they have because I've seen them. It's a very rewarding element, and I think the mentors and all the volunteers are very critical. So how do you get involved? You become mentors. You can host events. As I said before, give money and lots of it. Be involved in terms of whatever programs you want. Hiring. Be part of our community. It's a great community. I'm really proud of it. And I have to tell you that these women that you're going to listen to, they're the ones that really work hard, our chairman, our president, and all the volunteers. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, how am I going down? Megan?
Thank you so much, Goldie. So I am going to share for the world premiere video for the Goldie Initiative Impact Summit. Welcome to our new Impact video. Let her rip. Hello, everyone. I'm Megan Abraham, CEO of the Goldie Initiative, and I just wanted to share this new video to welcome you to use this in any way that you need to spread our word of success and impact in the commercial real estate industry. So on behalf of the Goldie Initiative, we hope you will use this video in events to share with prospective scholars, funders, donors, sponsors, and with your companies so that they can really understand the impact of the Goldie Initiative. It's a big highlight for us to be able to share this world premiere with you today. I would like to introduce our next speaker, Kim Adams, Managing Director at Clarion Partners and the Goldie Initiative's 2025 Shiro Award winner.
Thanks, Megan, and thanks for having me today. I'm Kim Adams. I'm thrilled to be honored as the 2025 Shiro. Just to give you a little bit of background, I've been investing in institutional real estate for the last 30 years. I currently serve as a managing director at Clarion Partners, and prior to that, spent some time at JP Morgan, roughly 22 years, as well as at Prudential and at LaSalle Investment Management. So I've had a very linear trajectory for those of you that are just starting out your career in the room, up from analyst to portfolio manager. But I think there are a lot more important aspects of my journey that are relevant to what you just saw in the video and what the Goldie Initiative brings to you as the industry as well as to our scholars. And I think that is that if I take a step back, I am a first generation Greek American, so I was the first generation to go to college. My dad was a Greek immigrant, and he had a ton of fabulous Greek sayings that kept us in line as kids, but also really inspired us in terms of as we embarked on our careers. And I'm going to share one with you that I think is very indicative of what the Goldie Initiative brings to our scholars, and I think resonates with all of us in the room, particularly for real estate, of which it's an industry that I think we're all proud to be in and sort of love the personal aspects of it. But he used to say to us the following: "Το μόνο πράγμα που έχει στη ζωή σου είναι το όνομά σου." Anybody here speak Greek? Yes. What is excellent? Can you translate for us? Το μόνο πράγμα που έχει στη ζωή σου είναι το όνομά σου. The only thing you have in your life that you truly own is your name. And in this business, reputation is everything, and your brand is everything. So I had the pleasure of spending time a couple of months ago with many of our Goldie scholars building their own brand, practicing what it meant to manifest your brand, to show your brand, to communicate your brand. And that is something that I think Goldie continues to emphasize through her programs and through the support that she gives to all of you. But I think that is critically important, and I'm very proud to be a part of that. And I'm so glad we had one other Greek speaker in the audience to propel my thoughts forward. So that personal value statement workshop is just one thing that we bring to the scholars. We are also working on the Goldie brand and bringing it to New York and continuing to expand the network. You know, many of us are kind of quasi-Chicago, New York, just given the big real estate community there. So we've got 5 additional sponsors of the Goldie Gala this year that are new sponsors, that are New York-based firms. And then, you know, continuing to sort of bring the worlds together between the Northwestern Advisory Council and Northwestern Real Estate Program, of which we've got some esteemed council members today. Eric Magental is here, supporter of Walton Street, supporter of Goldie and the initiative, and also supportive of the Kellogg program. So as we continue to build the Goldie name through New York, through Kellogg, I continue to encourage all of the scholars in the room to continue to build your brand. And I look forward to seeing everybody on, do we have a, I look forward to seeing everybody on September 18th at the gala. I'm sure it's going to be a great evening. It is every year. And thank you very much for having me today.
Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon. My name is Roxanne Ivy, and I am a graduating second-year Goldie Scholar. I won't be the best speaker up here today, but I will be short. I want to start by saying very sincerely that it's truly an honor to be a part of the 2025 Goldie Scholar cohort. It's a group of incredibly talented, dedicated, and impressive young female professionals who I now get to call my friends. This Goldie Initiative community continues to grow every year to new universities all across the country to reach new scholars like me, as I am the first Goldie Scholar from my school, Iowa State University, where I am pursuing a, thank you. Oh, wait, there's more. Where I am pursuing a dual master's degree in real estate development and business administration. I'm proud to share that this year's Goldie Scholar Group is the largest and most wide-reaching cohort to date, including 38 scholars from 18 different universities at a very competitive acceptance rate of only 20%. When I think about the impact that the Goldie Initiative has had on me, the value of the mentoring and the networking stand out, even more than the scholarship funds. And that is saying a lot because your girl needed that tuition money. Knowing I had the support of the Goldie Initiative behind me and their network was a huge key factor in giving me the confidence to take a big leap in 2023 to leave my job and pursue my dream of starting my own real estate development and architectural design company called Talisman Development Group, and we're anchored out of Peoria, Illinois, where I live. My mentor this year through the Goldie Initiative was fellow entrepreneur Wendy Berger, who was with me through the whole business startup process and even helped connect me with an opportunity to speak on a Biz Now panel. Other mentors like Molly Phelan gave me strategies to help reduce property taxes on a building that I own. Karen Case gave me tips on how to improve my lender pitch. And Goldie herself connected me with Carol Yerkash, who helped me navigate a very complex legal buyout process for one of my recently completed development projects. Through the Goldie Mentorship Rocket Program, I also met Josh Jeffers, who I am currently in talks with about possibly partnering on a $60 million historic tax credit rehab deal in Peoria, Illinois, where I live. If that partnership comes to fruition and we win the RFP, it'll be the largest project I've ever co-developed. So if anyone knows Josh, please feel free to put in a good word for me. Thank you, I appreciate that. In closing, I just want to emphasize that we, the scholars, are so indebted to so many of the women in this room who, like Goldie, have spent their whole careers breaking down barrier after barrier to prove the undeniable value of women in commercial real estate, and to continue to mentor, empower, and uplift those of us who are just starting out in the industry. So thank you so much to the Goldie Initiative for believing in me and in all of us scholars, and thank you so much to the women trailblazers who've helped pave the way. We hope to make you proud. Thank you. And next, I'd like to introduce a Goldie alumna, the very lovely and talented Shreya Singh.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shreya Singh, and I am a Senior Development Associate at Related Midwest on the Affordable Housing team, as well as a very proud Goldie Scholar. I want to first start with the acknowledgement and celebration of so many of my fellow Goldie Scholars and alumni who are doing incredibly well, as demonstrated by this slide, where you can see a number of them had a significant number of promotions and were selected for additional scholarships. So let's give them a quick round of applause. I stand before you as a direct product and result of the mission of the Goldie Initiative. My story in real estate actually starts from childhood. I grew up in a multi-generational household with Indian parents who started a business investing in real estate on the south and west side of Chicago. I have many vivid memories of going with my mom to go collect rent from her tenants or sitting in my dad's Chevrolet black truck at Menards while he negotiated with contractors. But my start in commercial real estate is really attributed to my mentor, a man named Whit Anibli, who hired me at JVM Realty and supported my application to the University of Chicago part-time MBA program. Because I often share my interests publicly, I was lucky to meet a program administrator who knew of my interest in real estate and said that a program called the Goldie Initiative had come across her desk and that I should apply as it awards scholarships for women in real estate. I still remember a moment during my initial interview when a board member asked me, "What's your weakness?" I replied that when I think about my career, my mother thinks I'm impatient and often tells me to slow down. Goldie B. Wolf Miller looked at me and reframed my eagerness with a question, "Do you feel ready to go for it?" And her question was both a challenge and a vote of confidence that sticks with me today. It was the first time I felt that being ambitious was not just acceptable, it was encouraged. Of course, my mother's not exactly thrilled when I tell her Goldie says it's okay to be impatient. But this organization has really channeled the momentum in my career and connected me with an incredible network who has coached and mentored me to my dream job. Today I work at Related Midwest, where I lead preservation of affordable housing and the development of mixed income communities in Chicago, such as Lathrop Homes. Given my experience within the Goldie Initiative, I've grown from a mentee to a committee member to vice chair of the development committee and now a board member. This organization means a lot to me, and I tell anyone that I work with on my projects at Related that they should donate to the gala. Especially this year, as we plan to go east. This year, we also launched a platform called the Goldie Central, developed by the amazing Kelsey Cleland, which brings the Goldie community online. If everyone could just take a moment and hold up their phone to the QR code, I would greatly appreciate it. The platform is just as strong as the number of participants who are on the platform, so please feel free to scan the QR code and join. But thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much to this tremendous organization, and please join me in welcoming Katie Kazas, our board president, to speak next.
It's time for the Academy Awards. Thank you. Thank you, Shreya. It's truly an honor to serve on the board with Shreya and the rest of our incredible board members and staff of the Goldie Initiative. But as Goldie mentioned earlier, we would not exist if it weren't for all of you. We could argue that you all deserve an award today, but we have just four. Four impact awards that represent the four pillars of the Goldie Initiative's programming: networking, leadership, mentorship, and scholarship. The criteria for winning these awards is in your program, but the reason we do this is very simple. We are so lucky to have such an extraordinary community of supporters at the Goldie Initiative, and we would like to take a moment to recognize a few who have gone above and beyond in their support of the Goldie Initiative and of our scholars. To the award winners, if you can come up after I call your name and accept your award, and then hang out with us up here. We're going to do all the photos at the end. I would appreciate it. Our first Impact Award is for Networker of the Year. This remarkable individual is a former Goldie Scholar who graduated from Roosevelt University in 2014 and has been supporting us ever since. She served on our board in her capacity as chair of the Alumni Committee and is actively involved in ULI and REF. She continues to give back to the Goldie Initiative and our community of scholars and alumni, and she is a very familiar face at many of our networking events. Please join me in welcoming Networker of the Year, Vera Haliki, Vice President of Asset Management at Beacon Capital Partners. Next, we present the Trailblazer Award for Leadership. This outstanding leader served on our inaugural advisory council while she was an executive at PGIM. Her leadership has helped shape who we are today, and we are so grateful that she continues to remain involved. She's a mentor to so many and a true visionary role model for our industry. Congratulations to Trailblazer Colette English Dixon, Executive Director of the Marshall Bennett Institute of Real Estate at Roosevelt University. Our third Impact Award is for Mentor of the Year. This person has been an exceptional mentor to our scholars. She serves as a primary mentor, and she's actively engaged with our Goldie Connect online community. She exemplifies what it means to be a leader and a mentor, not just in the workplace, but also in her community. Please help me recognize Mentor of the Year, Nicole Grimaldi, Chief Operating Officer of Global Finance and Enterprise Services at Hines. It's quite the group. And finally, our Corporate Champion Award. Since our founding in 2007, this firm has been one of our top corporate sponsors and strongest supporters. They hosted the gala for an incredible 7 years, along with numerous board meetings and networking events. Accepting on behalf of the company is someone who served as our own board president from 2017 to 2019 and continues to serve on our board today. Congratulations to Wintrust, this year's corporate champion. Accepting the award is Steve Madden, CEO of Libertyville Bank and Trust and North Region Market Executive. Let's give one more round of applause for today's Impact Award recipients. Before we conclude our program, we would like to ask all of our board members to join us for some photos at the end. We would invite all of the scholar candidates to meet with Kelsey, raise your hand, for an informational session. We would like to say thank you to all of our Zoomers for tuning in. Thank you for being here. And for everyone else, we welcome you to continue to network until 1:30. Thank you so much for being here. We hope to see you all at the Goldie Gala on September 18th at Chicago's Union Station.
Goldie, we need you for pictures.